What's going on, YouTube? Today we're talking about Whitestrakes Mayhem, probably one of, if not the most profitable events in the entirety of the Elder Scrolls Online. This is actually a special event because it's going to be occurring twice relatively soon, but we'll get into all that and more because it is a big, juicy event. And before we jump into it, this is a 1,000-foot overview reminder that it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe. We're so close to 13,000, and if you ever need a place to look for gold content, event content, and some other little nitty-gritty things, how-tos, introduction guides, you guys give me lists. I work on these lists. You can't really tell what's on here, but there's a whole heap of things that I'm working through. These are suggestions from you, and I plan to do all of them. So, if that sounds interesting to you, let's jump on in together. But first, we're going to talk about Whitestrakes Mayhem. So Whitestrakes Mayhem, on its surface, relatively simple. You join it as you would do in any singular ESO event. You do it from the Crown Store. It's a free item. You start the quest. Bada bing, bada boom, it'll take you over to a lady. She'll do a quick quest with you that'll take you about 30 seconds, and then you have the scroll. Now, that is just a very quick synopsis, but you can see you use the scroll and you have the 2-hour AP and XP buff in the Alliance War in Cyrodiil, Imperial City, and Battlegrounds, which means that that's not a double XP scroll in the traditional sense, only in those specific areas, which is important. So, basically, that's all that's relevant from here. And that when you complete the quest, you get a Pelinor's reward box, but you're going to be getting those a ton throughout the entirety of the event. And we're going to talk about how to maximize those, how to get AP in the most efficient way possible, what to do with that AP when you have that AP, because there's tons of ways to convert it, a little bit about the AP train and more. I'm going to try to break up this video potentially. This will be an overview video, and then there might be specific videos such as how to convert your AP to gold, a 2023 edition, and then also how does the train work for AP. So there'll probably be a little bit of follow-up videos, but this is going to be the general 1,000-foot overview that you will leave hopefully knowing anything that you need to know. And if there's something that still doesn't make sense, just throw it in the comments below and I will respond to your comments and answer your questions. So now here's where we get into the how to get the boxes portion of the event. So daily quests in Cyrodiil, daily Battlegrounds quests from the Battle Master, daily Imperial City quests, scouting, battle, warfront, conquest missions, those are all in Cyrodiil, and your Elder Scrolls capture and recapture reward. So you also get these every time you get your Rewards of the Worthy, which is actually more essential than anything else. So those of you who may not know, you actually get these reward boxes every time you get the AP tick, which is around 20,000, I believe, to get a Rewards of the Worthy. What's interesting, though, is a lot of people think that you have to get AP from a very specific set of circumstances, and that's not true. You can get AP from your daily login rewards, you can get it from the Imperial City, you can get it from doing Battlegrounds. It does not matter where, it will always count towards the same, modifier. Once it fills that threshold, you get a Rewards of the Worthy in the mail, and during this event, it will have a Pelinor's reward box attached to it. So, very essential for you guys to know. And later, we're going to talk about campaign rewards and how to min-max these things as well, because there's definitely some good ways that you can maximize your time when it comes to doing quests, but also making sure that you're getting a lot of reward boxes, because they don't generally line up very well together. A lot of times, farming AP in a specific way that we'll talk about is significantly faster than it would be doing a lot of these quests. But you can see that there's a really good reason to farm these because they've got transmute crystals, alchemy ingredients, PvP equipment, repair kits, siege weapons, forward cants, motive pages, which are fairly decent, Cold Harbor, siege weapons, prismatic runes, which sell for a lot, by the way. Do not sleep on those. Books of Pelinor's housing items, which don't sell really at all. And then the house tool domination weapon style, which will likely sell fairly decently. And you can see here is a little sneak preview. They have this new style that's going to be coming out, which is unique, I would say the least. I like it. Next up, we're going to talk just very briefly about achievements, because I don't think a lot of people know that you can get this reef by completing these achievements. So I won't go through all of them, obviously, but if you complete all of the event achievements, you are able to get this little reef that you can put on and make yourself look like a Roman person or something or other. So yeah, it's just a cute little Easter egg and thing that you're able to get once you have all the achievements. Another quick side note during this event is the golden vendor will be juiced. You will see that definitely in my videos. They are very specific to this time of year. and they're absolutely amazing. We'll talk a lot about that during the Golden Vendor during that weekend. However, more importantly is that there's double resource node drops inside of both any PvP zone. That's the Imperial City and Cyrodiil. I mean, maybe Battlegrounds too if they ever decided to put resources there. However, this time they do not. But double resources. Why that's important though is that there's already an increased resource node chance from Cyrodiil already. So now this is doubled on top of that. Here we have the how to get your ticket / how to, what you should use them on section of the video. So 2 tickets for completing your Cyrodiil / Battlegrounds daily quest, and then 1 ticket for your Imperial City. Now, as we look at the things that you can waste your tickets on, I also just want to kind of highlight that there's a really nice way that you can do this. So one, a good suggestion is do all your Imperial City quests in one day. Do every single district. That'll give you a whole week's plus worth of quests to turn in, but only turn in 1 a day. Just turn in 1 a day. You're going to get yourself your free Pelennors box. You're going to get your 1 out of 50 tokens you need for that little outfit style page, and that has lost a lot of value, unfortunately, recently, so much that I can't even remember its name. Points to you if you can point it out in the comments below, and you're going to be able to save a lot of your time. Now, unfortunately, it's not as efficient to farm Cyrodiil daily quests like that, because generally, a lot of times, it's just faster to just do a scouting mission and then just go and turn it back in. We'll talk a little bit faster about faster ways to travel around here in a little bit in the video, because as those of you who do not know, and I'll do a demonstration later, if you queue for the Imperial City while inside Cyrodiil, you're able to fast travel out. So say, for example, you're doing a scouting mission and you do not want to haul your whole ass all the way back, you can teleport to the Imperial City, then you can teleport to Cyrodiil, and then bada bing, bada boom, you just turned a 30-minute run into a 5-minute peaceful, teleportation. It's going to obviously brought up what is worth getting this year, and what I would say that normally I usually tell people to sleep on is that previous years mid-year Mayhem have some really gorgeous / overtly valuable styles. Now, you won't be able to sell anything that you buy with event tickets. However, you could be getting something that's worth millions of gold. So just keep that in mind when you're looking into different items and things here, that you could be getting 2 event tickets and getting like a Legion piece that's worth millions of gold. Now, obviously, all of the other stuff is pretty standard. Ignore the guild commendations. Everything else is really just going to be your flavor of things, things that you personally may be interested in. I don't know how I feel about this personality. I mean, I got it because I like personalities, but I don't know if I would ever use that on any of my characters. In ESO Hub, those little chads actually have the previous year stuff, so you can see this is the Ebon Steel from previous years. This is the dogs from previous years. By the way, I would purchase these dogs from somebody in a guild trader, because you can buy them. That way you're not getting these with your bags of glory. You can kind of almost curtail your chances to get certain items by getting them outright ahead of time. So I would try to get these Breton Terriers because they're not worth a whole lot. So if you want to roll for previous items that actually look good, try to buy the cheap ones. This also counts for like previous year stuff. For example, if you can find some people selling the 2nd Legion outfit style for cheap, well, then you can guarantee that you're going to get a more valuable piece if you do start rolling for previous year's items. But you can see that they had some pretty juiced up stuff, and they also had some emotes. You're able to see some of the outfit styles and things too from here also. So, also able to see the previous year's event time up here. And then obviously we will have ours here in the middle of May. So let's pretend that you are just finished your scouting mission, your ankles are hurting, you really just want to get back. All you have to do is go to the campaigns, queue for the Imperial City. Within a few moments, you will be able to teleport in. Whenever my game recognizes that I'd like to go there, boom. And I am now in the Imperial City. You can see I left straight from Cyrodiil. Then all you have to do is wander on out, boom. You're out of the Imperial City. I was in Hrothgar previously, so you can see that I'm heading back to Hrothgar. And then all you have to do is queue back for the Imperial City again. Now, obviously, you want to make sure you're not doing these in any full campaigns, but you can see that this is the easiest way to hop between places quickly. Another really good side tip for you is that there's going to be a lot of AP gained during this event. What that means is that it is going to be very good for you to jump on multiple characters and get those campaign rewards. Now, campaign rewards are a little bit different, but the campaign will not be a full 30-day campaign. So keep that in mind, that they are only going to be, I believe, 7 or 14-day campaigns. I believe sometimes they switch between them. And even if it is a 7 or 14-day campaign, I believe you still get either 10 or 25 transmutes per character for what essentially is 5 to 15 minutes worth of work sometimes. Getting the threshold to get to rewards tier 1, which is what you guys can see next to the next score evaluation, that only takes about 20,000 AP, which on double XP is like 2 to 3 resource keeps, maybe a single traditional castle. It is so simple. It is going to be so quick for you guys to be able to do. Also, you can consider getting rewards tier 2 and 3 also, because you're going to get lots of purple jewelry that are going to be of the new sets that just got put into the rewards of worthy. So consider doing that also. But I always like to remind you guys it's a good option for you. So you make sure, though, however, you're setting this as your home campaign. Don't be like me and be like 10 bajillion AP points in and remember, oh, I didn't set this as my home campaign. I guess I'll start from rewards tier 0. Don't do that. Don't be a silly goof like me. And when it comes to converting your AP, these are some great sets that you guys can consider buying either through Imperial City or buying through PvP non-Imperial City, which is Open World Cyrodiil, through various areas, whether it's the 3 elite vendors or whether it is inside the actual keep itself. As a reminder, though, I will be making a detailed AP to gold guide, so this is just more of a general overview with some general highlights that I think might be good. My number one highlight, I think that Deadly Strike is going to be absolutely phenomenal when it comes to the Arcanist, or the Arcanist, because with all of its beefy channels, that's going to pair exceptionally well with Deadly Strike. And Deadly Strike is already a hugely popular set when it comes to Templars and other such classes. So already that is kind of going to be my number one go-to, but I also think that Plague Break is another really good shout for some things to consider. But everything on here has the ability to sell in some capacity. Obviously, everyone is going to be potentially selling AP at once, so you're going to want to make sure you check your markets to make sure that you're not, competing against the same other people who are selling the same things for 50 bajillion gold, or they're undercutting because they desperately need gold. So always check your markets. This is just my general overview on AP to gold. Another video that will definitely probably need to be made separately is the AP train. Now, the AP train refers to generally 2 things. It can be an alliance that is taking every single inner keep, and then behind them, a different alliance is going and retaking all of those keeps, and they're allowing the doors to remain open, the walls to remain broken, so that way everyone can just get copious amounts of XP. Or it relies to what is the Castle Black Boot train. Basically, the walls are broken, the doors are broken, and there is a rotational ring in which everyone goes around and takes those. Now, I made a dedicated video to it last year, and I'll be remaking that video this year with some specifics of how it works, how it goes through, because I have gameplay footage of myself doing it, and because I always just want to preface this, some people dislike the AP train, some people like it. My goal as a content creator is not to encourage you or discourage you from doing anything. I just firmly believe that everyone should have the knowledge to know where to go and how to do anything. If you're ever wondering why the Quagmire campaign is filled, that is because generally they're doing it in that campaign. And as a content creator, I want you guys to have all the information when it comes to ESO, even if it's things that you yourself do not want to participate in. But dear friends, you can see my cat has joined us here behind us. She's sitting. Oh, now she's going all the way up. And Rehit today talked about a lot for the actual mid-year Mayhem event. I wanted to make sure this video wasn't too long, so hopefully I'm able to edit a little bit of it out. But there will be some more in-depth conversations like I've been alluding to for AP, because that is such a big topic, as well as other little things such as the AP train, We'll talk about how to maximize your time during this event. We'll talk about daily quests. We'll talk about alternatives. Like, do you want to do daily quests inside of towns? Spoiler alert, I don't think you want to, because you're going to probably get attacked by PvPers, but we're going to talk about all that and more in the future. This has been the general overview of the Mid-Year Mayhem. And as a final reminder, I just want to thank you guys again for watching, and we are doing our 3 giveaway drawings. As a quick shout out to the giveaway drawing, which will be May 1st. All you have to do to enter is A, leave a comment, as long as your comment does not get removed as spam. B, be a subscriber. Every subscriber is entered equally. And then 3, I pick one random comment that I think is the funniest and or makes me the happiest, or it's just my favorite comment of the month. And it used to just be a flat out $20 through your specific currency. However, to find things a little bit more personable, we are also doing ESO gear. As long as you are okay with giving away a P.O. box or an address, such as, fun little ESO merchandise, such as things that we got during the in-person event. Just because I think that, in 10 years from now, it'll be cool to be like, hey, I watched a Mid-Year Mayhem guide, left a comment, and I got an ESO mug or an ESO backpack, So trying to expand to being into more unique things. That way in the future, you guys could be like, yeah, that one, funny YouTuber who, couldn't script jokes to save his life inside his videos gave me a mug because I left a comment calling him a dum-dum. So, hey, everyone's entered equally for the comments. Everyone's equal for the subscribers. And, yeah, it always helps out the channel. Thank you guys again for liking, subscribing, and just staying around to the end of the video. And I will catch you guys later. Bye, guys.
Remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Saddest part about recording a video before you have to go to work is the impending knowledge that you have to go to work.